Let's try this again, shall we? Welcome to Keith's Ramblings. It's a new thing we're trying out. I don't know if we're gonna make it a thing yet or not. Anyways, I don't want to do this again. No. Let's do it anyways. Okay, so you might be wondering what the hell that was all about. I'm yawning right now. So you might be wondering what the hell that was all about. Not the yawning part, but the part before the yawning. Um, yeah. So there's this whole thing where I did this recording already, and I talked about how you've ever had that feeling when you're doing something and you're starting to be productive, and then something happens and you can't do it, and you're like, yeah, that had happened, and then it happened again. Um, this is my second recording that I'm doing. The first one was ruined by something that I just figured out before I started recording. It was my progress that I was doing, and I was like, yes, I've gotten through the part that stopped me from being able to do it. And then, and then I forgot to unplug my headphones so it wouldn't interfere with the recording. And I feel really stupid. I do. See, this thing with my laptop, because I'm using my laptop to record, and that's just because I'm too lazy to buy a desktop for my room. And the microphone and headphone jacks are right next to each other, like so close that electricity can just jump from one to the other, and it probably does. And that's probably what's going on. I don't really care. The fact is, I have to unplug my headphones, otherwise, I get this whiny noise in my recordings, and no one likes that. So, I recorded the first time, and then bam, second time, here we go. Segment uno, or dos, if you want to count my first intro explanation as a segment. Anyways, second segment, what was I gonna? Oh, right, I was gonna talk about. This is completely unscripted. I'm just rambling right now. This is why it's Keith's Ramblings. Um. Anyway, segment two or one, first segment after intro is I'm going to talk about how I was going to. I was trying to figure out if I wanted to make a new YouTube channel for these ramblings and do other things with podcasting and just audio playing and stuff like that. And then I decided, no, I'll put it on the Junktown Mare, and I'll put it there because it can go there because that's where it belongs. It belongs on my channel. It belongs on the Junktown channel. That's where it belongs with all my other stuff. All right? Why should it be special enough to get its own channel when there's a perfectly good channel right here on the Junktown Mayor 1 network? I call it Junktown Mayor 1 network. That's how sleepy I am. I've also had this other idea for playing on creating something like Rich Alvarez's YouTube News, or I think it's just Rich Alvarez's YouTube News, maybe Wiki Richie too, also by Rich Alvarez. But the idea of it all is that I was gonna create this thing called the FIFCO Network News, FCNN for short, and it was just gonna be us by myself and some friends going off and talking about random news and stuff, and it was gonna go probably on FCN, an FCN channel, which would be YouTube, FCN, FIFCO Network. Look for it in the future. I don't want this video to be long, but it's going to be long, and I'm so sad now. Because part 3, segment 2, after the intro, I was gonna talk about some books that I've been reading, like Paper Towns by John Green, which is far an amazing novel. I love it. Q is an amazing person. I wouldn't mind meeting Q in real life. He seems pretty cool. And Margot, I was blanking out there. It's really late. It's 12:28 a.m. And by that I mean I run my head off of 24-hour time because it actually makes sense. It's 0:29 a.m. 0:29. I don't have to say a.m. because it's not 12-hour time, it's 24, which goes from 0 to 23, not 1 to 24. If you've ever checked that, that's how it rolls. That's how we roll. That's how I do it. And I'm not going to edit this, so all that rambling is going to be in it, because that's what this is. This is rambling. This is me rambling for over 5 minutes. The second novel was Will Grayson, which I just started today, and I'm not that far into it, but it seems like an extremely interesting novel, and I will read it all the way through. That one is by John Green, as well as Robert, why did I say Robert? As well as David, I don't want to butcher your last name, so if you want to read Will Grayson, Google it to see who co-authored Will Grayson. Not that hard. We have the power of Google. Thank the Lord, my generation has the power of Google. By that, I mean, I'm not my parents' generation, where they didn't have Google. So I'm a teenager in high school, making YouTube videos, starting to make podcasts, rambling at 12:30 in the morning, making videos over near 7 minutes long. I want to end this video before 7 minutes. So here we go. I'm gonna just goodbye. Goodbye.